Yeah, what we could do is we can go to the giant head, and if you guys wanted to just like rain down, oh no, it wouldn't work there. That's too bad. I do need to get to the flying head though. I need to. There's a couple bumps and bruises on it. I want to bang out, on the side.
Isn't it still in Cyberpunk?
Yeah. No, it's
because did you fly it out of Cyberpunk when you landed?
No, I took it out. It's it's here.
What, it's in the forest or something here?
No, it's in the hole where the pattern was on the ground.
At the end of Route 66.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, speaking of which,
I thought you brought it back to.
Did I bring it back to?
Yeah, you brought it back to whence you got it from, which is along Route 66, but it's in a whole different zone.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, it's in the alien zone, right?
Okay. It's the alien invasion Bug City zone.
That's right.
All right. Yeah. As an aside, Logan, that's where you're asking a while ago about some of us had a bump in our essence to 21.
Mm-hmm.
It was from Route 66.
Yes, I recall.
Yeah.
Right. By the way, everybody, please check your cards for reds and reduce your hands a bit. You've been talking smart, so shit's happened.
Nope, no reds.
Matt told a good story, so he got a card for that.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
Oh, yeah, you haven't been doing massive amounts of briefing and stuff. You just told a good story.
I say we just go and do some amber shit. I'd like to do some amber shit today. I haven't got to do much of it. I'm always dealing with shit here, and on top of that...
Yeah.
Or you could do the spices.
No, fuck spices.
And so you're not that...
All these places here are just shadows anyway, really.
Yeah, but what about... Aren't you that concerned about the undead?
Yeah, but I just see it could be one of those sessions where we could waste the whole session just trying to work out how to fucking deal with them.
Oh, by the way, Chris, the city and stuff that I said was under development that you found in desert.
Yeah.
Benito, no problem.
Oh. So, okay. Where they all went.
Yeah.
So I know exactly where all that dead went. If we want to deal with them and get that out of the way.
So much stuff to do.
All right, so they...
Yeah, go to MMO land, see what happens to you. People grabbing onto your legs. Please save us! People are throwing away training times. Nice. Really? Somebody threw out a training time?
Does anybody have crop cards?
I got a couple of skill 5s.
I'm trying to get down.
Why don't you toss one of those and take that?
Get rid of that. All right. Anybody want magical immunity?
All right, so wait, hold on. Before we get rid of that, are we going to go to Amber, or are we going to go deal with the undead?
Yeah, good question. Depending on what we deal with. So how far away are I don't know where the desert is in comparison to the various other locations in...
It's like a couple days drive or some shit like that. With the flying car, let me tell you, the whole MMO world now ain't shit.
I was going to say, otherwise you're looking at fucking like 3 or 4
months. Yeah. Well, you're going to be riding across the desert on a horse with no name.
Mm-hmm. It's good to get out of the rain. What's P going to throw out?
Because there ain't no one there. Well, I'm waiting to, depending on what we do, depends on if I get rid of magical immunity or not.
Right. That's why I was thinking the same thing.
Exactly.
Well, because
I think Matt's got in there skill 5 card he can dump. It does.
Do you have another trash card there, Matt?
Yes, skill 5 is not really.
Because I wouldn't mind before we get going with what we do. I would like to go to where the head is and heal it up a little bit. There's a couple dents I could knock out of that shit.
Okay.
AKA use the heal vehicle or steed card on it.
Lovely.
If you've got a limited retrieve, you can fucking fully heal the head.
Yeah, I know.
Did you? And so the flying car doesn't need repair.
No, it's fine.
Beautiful.
He flies that like a fucking boss. Like a boss.
Like a boss.
So the desert, is that the desert that we went to through the red door? Is that link up with that desert? The Hamungi desert?
Hamungi.
Sorry, what's that?
The Hamungi desert that we got to when we went through the red door in the tree from here.
Minji.
Oh yeah,
Sorry?
in the middle, like we did find a door floating in nowhere in the middle of the
it was
anvil
on the
as well.
ground. On the ground.
Oh, it was on the ground?
Yeah.
And it was a red
different
door.
Desert. No, it was brown door.
Was it a brown door? Okay.
Brown door.
Different door.
Yes.
Different gate.
Yeah. Different deserts. The Hamungi desert is different than the Anvil. The Anvil is a shit desert. The Hamungi has like some inedible plants and some scrub and stuff like that. But the Anvil desert, from what Chris flew over, is a lot like Arrakis. Like just dunes, sand.
Okay.
No cactus. It's horrible.
Oh, okay, yeah. So the Hamungi or Haminge desert was part of the fragmented lands, and it was linked to Vengeance Mountains and Barter Town. Because we ended up going to Barter Town, and then that's right, and we got the train from Barter Town to Melwicks. Or something bizarre.
It'd be easier. Just send me the link, Matty. Oh, it's on your phone, isn't it?
That's what I'm doing on my phone. That's why. Just put Flame of Gold Candy. It's the same place we ordered from. Like all the time. Is it good food, cheap, and close? I want food now.
Okay. This site cannot be reached. What? Get in there.
Horseshoe Mountains. Barter Town. Yeah, Coal Burning Town. Turn of a Century Tech.
Barter Town.
Yeah. Yeah, we got tickets. We got tickets at Barter Town train and took the train to Melwicks.
Why won't it just give me the fucking menu?
So, there's a couple items in MMO land. There's that spear that's broken.
Spearhead. Yep.
Like, what do we need to do to fix it? Do you know?
Alex could fix it probably.
Yes.
Basically, it just needs wood crafting to fix.
Just need some tools, which I probably have here.
Yeah. Otherwise, we got tools in.
Actually,
I fully. That's one of the things I did at the Australian Embassy. I fully kitted. I got a blacksmithery with tools for weapons smithing and jewelry making, etc.
And that's a fully identified spear. You know that it flies that far, or what?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
100-meter range without penalty thrown. Prevents regen on any creatures that it hits.
Very nice.
If it pierces. Yeah. Fear of wounding. It's known.
Can I do my woodcraft to fix the spear? Now we're here with tools.
You also need to get a forge because in order to get the spearhead on there, you also heat it up a little bit, and then.
I thought we had a forge here as well.
Not at the White Dove. We've got the forge and stuff at the Australian Embassy.
Oh,
although the White Dove has plenty of space if you wish to install a forge. Unfortunately, as has been pointed out before, the White Dove is made of wood, and you are certain that at some point Freddie will attempt to use the forge, and just one to not have anything hidden from you on that.
Yeah. What is the benefit of upgrading the level of the White Dove?
Mostly comfort and stuff like that. Like right now, it's a very basic building, but like instead of like more comfortable building, you could also have more stuff. Like you could make your own alchemy workshop and all that. This is a very expandable base. By upgrading it, like you could have forges, wood crafting shops, all that stuff. If you don't give a shit about the theater, then essentially you can make it into the ultimate PC base.
Okay.
Which is fantastic.
So that's an option, because it means this being a full magic area makes it useful for magic stuff. If we don't want to do it in MMO land. Right, especially if we ever want to start dabbling in Magitech and start doing Magitech, messing around with Magitech.
Well, once the tree gets made, have fun with it.
Yeah.
Do you want to pop quickly to the embassy to do that? The only reason I'm saying that is I do have a masterpiece at the moment. So if I can happen to crit the spear, I can get an extra bump, whatever goodness comes from it.
Well, so here's what I was thinking. I actually have the horn from that creature. And I was thinking, what happens if we had that turned into the shaft of it?
Shaft. Well, the problem is that would be outside of his expertise, because then you're over to craft bone.
Is it a curved horn or a straight horn?
Straight. It would make if somebody can make a craft bone roll and make that into the shaft of the spear, then that would have strange and unexpected side effects.
Do we know what the bone? Does it have any properties to it that you know of?
Well, all I know is it's from that creature, and that seems that creature was some kind of weird magical creature, which is why, I mean, in MMO land, whenever you like you skin and you get like the weird random shit from it, that's basically what happened. So part of me was thinking, like, if we maybe there's someone in MMO land that does craft bone. Maybe have them turn that into like the shaft, and then we could take that shaft, put it on the spear, and
bone crafting isn't really known in MMO land. You've not seen anything bone crafted here.
Not even from the villages.
No, they don't work bone. Nobody's really come up with that yet.
Okay. I have a reroll and an assistant reroll if somebody.
I have a support to reroll.
I think you may be ready to have somebody learn bone crafting as well.
Yeah, so if somebody wants to try it, if we're willing to try it.
Hold on.
So the question is also, we've got the dragon bone.
So
no, you have several
crafting skills, Logan, starts at base, right?
What's that?
Crafting skills starts at, like, if I want to learn. I'm going to play a cram course on my bone crafting.
All right. Somebody's really got a boner. I mean, bone crafting.
Yes. And so master piece only works if you crit, doesn't it? From memory of that card. Or can you play it on anything you do and it makes it a masterpiece?
You have to crit it. You do have to crit it, but if you do crit it, you play the card, and then it gives you a bump up in. So the crit would have been this good. This card makes it.
That's the card. Yeah, it must. Yep. I just couldn't recall. It's been ages since I've seen it.
I would have probably I would have a good chance of getting a crit with crafting, but unfortunately, bone crafting no. But I'm happy to give it to someone if they do want to play it, if they happen to crit.
Yeah. Well, let me see if I can craft this shit first.
All right.
So how many tries would I like? Does the horn give me more than one try, or is it just like one try and you're done?
Good luck, one try. But are you wanting to take it to the forge to do it? Because you're going to want to at least have somebody heat up. Because there's somebody there who can at least heat up the metal and stuff, and then you'd have it. You'd use your bone craft, and then
I've got a half decent forging skill. I've been building it up.
There you go.
If you want to make my own set of armor and weapons.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way, he brings up an excellent point. If anybody actually gets either trump cards, Logris, pattern, shit high enough and wants to start making epic items, which I have rules for and stuff, like very interesting items and stuff, which, yes, huge pain in the ass. I have all that shit ready, no permanent essence or anything, but you know, you can only have one item plus practice items, which like, yeah, neat. But
building it up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we're figuring out what kind of shit you're running in general, at least what materials it's made out of. Wait, before you start rolling all this shit, are you wanting to go into a forge? Right now, you're sitting in the White Dove. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I have to get the bone. Like, yeah, so I have to grab the bone.
I'll wait until you've done yours and then I'll roll.
So
like, I don't even know if I can make it. Like, so, and I don't want to dump a bunch of paws into something that may or may not even happen. You know what I mean?
Well, we got some rerolls. I don't know if you think it's worth blowing them on that, but might be worth keeping for later on.
It might be pretty cool. I mean, that 100-meter fucking, even a one shot at that distance would be pretty awesome. One of the things I was looking into is like I was going to see if maybe one of the mages around here like could enchant it so like it returns.
God damn it!
Well, I'm sure that I'd have to like have a catch skill as well, or make it so like it would come back, but I don't fucking die, you know. But something like that's one of the things I was looking into, like make it so it's a spear, you know. I just think it would be a pretty cool item, you know, and it would be something new for me to build up into instead of just like going out and chopping the shit out of things or puttering them to death.
How odd!
What's that, Logan?
A ranged attack? How odd.
Right? Yeah. Besides like a fucking laser gun. I don't know. I thought it'd be kind of neat. Something new.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's, again, magic only shit. I would like to point out, if you ever can get up to the Ember, Logris, Trump stuff, that works fucking la-di-da everywhere. So... That's when you get into the sexy time. Yeah, that's sexy time.
Yeah, well, I like knowing that we can only sense that kind of magic. I didn't think we were at that point where we could start making shit.
You're depending on how you do it, and if you use your reverse dice and stuff like that at good times, then. And how often you try to build the skills, and if you can actually ever get a trump card made of yourself. Honestly, it's as soon as like four or 5 sessions away from you right now, Chris. It's not that far.
Okay.
Depending on, you know.
Don't forget the 3 of us learnt Imbue level 1 magic fetish.
Yeah, that too.
We did.
Yeah, I know.
What does that do exactly?
No idea.
Well,
just learnt it.
Here's what it does. Everybody's got that at Learn, and you can teach it to other people and stuff. But what it is any level 1 spell, if you want to invest magic points and not get those back, then you can make it into an item that essentially you have to brandish it. And brandish means hold it up and shake it at your foe or whatever, and then you can cast that spell for no magic point costs. But it's still like you're still rolling to cast the spell. It just doesn't cost any magic points. For somebody like Matt who regens magic points, that would be a huge bad thing. But for anybody else, it's like if they had a level 1 spell they're really fond of, or just wanting to build up to level 2 spell and then fucking break the item, make a new one, break it, whatever, in order to build up to a higher level spell, then it could be potentially good.
So I don't get. Like you.
Okay, let me try to explain better.
How many times a day can you use it?
As many as you feel like.
You can just keep using that one spell free forever.
Well, yeah, you have to roll for it and stuff, but yeah.
But what do you mean? Like, okay, so you don't put essence into it, but the magic points are gone forever? Huh?
The magic points are gone until you get rid of the item. Let's take a simple one like Air No Smell, for example. It's a level 1 spell, and for some reason the PC is like, I don't like to stink anymore, so I'm going to make a fetish, and my essence is 20, so I normally have 20 magic points. Okay, I'm gonna limit myself to 18 magic points from now on until I destroy the item or lose it or something, until it's no longer mine. Because if you lose, I'm not gonna be a dick and go, you have to go find that again. I may, but probably not. So essentially those 2 magic points are forever allocated into this fetish. Then instead of when you cast it, it's not going to cost 2 magic points. You just cast it for free. So you can keep going, level 1, no smell, level 1, no smell. I don't stink anymore.
Okay.
But,
I feel you.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like I said, for somebody who regens magic points, it's like, who the fuck cares? I can cast no smell on myself and then just wait for 2 minutes and then they come back and do it again. But, or you could go, no smell, no, you make your own fetish and then you just keep, like making fetishes and breaking them and stuff. Until you build up to higher fetishes level if you feel like it. However,
and so if I make the fetish, it just works, or I still have to make the spell roll.
You have to make the spell roll, but
okay.
it's a good way to if you really want to get a check in that spell.
I mean, if you got like someone who doesn't have like regen, you could like mana or magic regen, for six magic points. You can just be like magic regen, or mana HP regen.
Yeah.
If you could get to that level spell.
Yeah.
Which is really powerful.
You can only make 1 fetish per day though, so.
Oh, it lasts for the day, that's it?
No, you can make 1 per day. So like, let's say you're trying to build up your magic fetish skill because you want level 2 fetish. Then essentially you go, okay, today I make a magic fetish. I succeed. I break it. Fuck that fetish.
Are they different skills each level?
Yeah.
So can you have one
level 1 fetish, level 2 fetish? Yes.
Or just 1 fetish overall per day?
You can make 1 fetish period per day.
Right, so not per level. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but you could then end up with a level 1 fetish and a level 2 fetish.
No.
Yes, eventually you could, but then you're going to be out those magic points. Like for example, in the if you were like, I'm making air fetishes and stuff, and you got 2 magic points that are over there for that, and then you went to level 2 spell, which is breathe, and you've got 4 magic points over there. So now you're down 6 magic points forever because you can breathe and not stink whenever you feel like it.
Okay, so by level 1, you mean the first rank of the spell tree?
Yes, but the fetishes are for that tree. So you get craft air fetish level 1, craft fire fetish level 1, etc. It's a lot more skills and stuff.
So because at the moment it just is the skill is just imbue level 1 magic fetish. It doesn't specify a particular tree.
You pick your tree.
Okay, so when we learn it, we then learn it for a particular tree.
Yes.
As opposed to just a general level 1 fetish. Okay.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna try to craft this bone shit right quick, I guess.
Right. Where is the bone?
Where do you want to try crafting it? Like just sitting there on the carpet and saying the butler will pick up the pieces later, or
no? Do we want to okay? So while we're doing this, do we want to make this place into the ultimate PC place? Drop the 10K and like get a wood workshop of like a bone, like we can get like tools to make
and if we get like
a couple crafting things and
and if we get like a smithy and that put in, we can also get it set up so that it is not in a get non-flammable.
Well, I was gonna say go up to level 3 for if you want like this is our brick smithy portion because you'd have to rip out walls and ceilings and floors and put in brick and shit or stone.
Well, with the massive injection of funds that has been done over the last few sessions, we could easily do. We've at the moment we've got enough money to keep the place going for almost 3 years now.
Wow.
Yeah. Why don't we?
I thought it was a year and a half.
No. Once I found out that there was an extra 30 grand injected into it. Not taken out, but added to it.
Got it. I'm glad Pete's doing the numbers on this. Also, if you're going to make like smithies and workshops and stuff like that, essentially, you'd also have to figure out, do we want cleaners to be able to go in there? If you do, then it will always be clean. The tools will always be neatly arranged because your staff here is very loyal. Essentially, their workload is pretty goddamn light.
I mean, also
and they're paid really well.
The other thing to think of,
and they're fed and got room and board,
is depending on how we want to do this, or whether it will work, or whether Logan will just be like, no, or yes, good. We could almost say, well, if we do have, say, the best overall setup for this town, then we may want to just let people come and use it and charge them a small amount, and that might help towards the running of costs and things.
Or they may fuck it up and cost you money. I've been watching a lot of Judge Judy's. I know what fucking renters do.
Judge Judy.
Fucking Judge Judy. But
I'm just saying it's.
But you mean in regards that we've got the high-end equipment, like a high-end forge, a high-end,
almost go government level,
or whatever, so that
not just be like, hey, you can all come and use this, or just be like, hey, government, we got this really good setup. If you guys need to come and use it, if there's any,
we don't want any government officials in here because of the painting.
No, not government officials, but I just mean, what I mean is on a level where it's just sanctified, where it's like, okay, people can come and use this, and they pay us a small stipend or something.
Well, then you may also interfere with the guilds and stuff, and they may want bribes and cuts and stuff like that. It's more pain in the ass.
It's not going to work.
Well, it just adds a level of complexity. I mean, you could get the place self-sufficient, but then you are going to have a lot more complexity stuff. It's like, well, we got to pay the stone carvers.
Okay, move on. Fine.
Okay. But I was going to say, if you get it up to like a level 4 thing, then you can get it so good that all the different you can have like probably up to 6 different kinds of workshops. And if you get up to level 4 building, and I would also recommend getting permission from the owner. Hint, he doesn't give a shit. Then in addition to having great real estate, your potentially six different crafting stations will automatically support whoever is working there if you don't mind getting it up to level 4 building. So if you get up to level 2, then you can have non-smithing type craft stations. Level 3, then you've got a smithy in there and a lot of stone, maybe some buckets of sand, some Freddy keep out signs. And then if you get up to level 4, then all the crafting stations, including the smithy, give a plus 5% to whatever craft you're doing in them. Like I said, you can make this the ultimate base. It's just expensive to maintain, but that's the balance there.
I'll sketch some plans up for the renovations.
Give me an architecture roll.
I was just looking to do sketching.
Oh, you make some pretty pictures. All right.
I like that. Why don't you add a little embellishment here? And I don't do well. However, this room, because
this is really comfortable as is.
We cannot sit. We cannot touch anything in this room.
Oh wait, no. The room that you've got the Trump to is actually the hallway that goes in front of the big picture, but it's the end of the hallway, and you put some very simple furniture there that's easy to draw.
Okay.
Didn't we put the big picture in the library?
I don't think you have a library here. I think it's just
there was a room that we set aside for the library.
Oh,
and that's where the big picture went originally. That's where it went originally. After the fire, who knows? But there was an actual room that it went in.
I've got it in a well-secured hallway right now.
Everything,
easy to guard.
While we're updating everything, can we make sure that it's all fireproof as well? So, like everything's fireproof, not just the furnace, because.
Well, if you want to move it up to level 5 building.
Oh, shut up!
Oh, shut up!
It's only an extra $10,000, which Pete knows is not that much.
I'm
then
feeling
it'll
nostalgic.
Be a stone building.
I'm feeling nostalgic, so I'm going to, as the place gets renovated, I'd like to paint a series of pictures to show the renovation of the building. Changing through its whatever. I'm just rolling the fucking painting through.
Yeah. So do we actually want to? All right. So are we going to get renovations done, and to what level?
Yeah. Well, like I said, if you go for the full level 5, which is like level 4 was the max, level 5 is anti-Freddy proof. I will also I will also add like the chemical extinguishers from the Alchemist Guild, buckets of sand, etc.
Yeah.
As well as essentially, you at that level you'd be tearing down most of the building, like not this room, not wherever the library painting is, but much of the rest, and saying stone, please. And the owner would be like, "Hey, that building that I fucking told those guys they could use for putting me into a really good place." Now, also, that is another problem. If you ever wanted to buy it from him and stuff, now is definitely the time to buy it before you do massive fix-ups so that it's fucking yours. The only problem there is you get into more complexity because then you got fucking yearly taxes and shit like that on the building, whereas now the guy's paying it all. But if he ever falls out of power and stuff like that, then you don't own the building that you're getting ready to pump massive capital into. So that's something to consider. And this kind of building is fucking huge and it's prime real estate within the city. So that's pretty goddamn expensive.
Mm.
But you've got a lot of, I mean, this is the ultimate, it could be, but Chris knows well what can happen to the ultimate PC basis.
We all know what happened. We've all gone through that.
Where you lead bad guys to it and go, we live here.
Well, it's not like nobody knows. I mean, bad guys already know we live here. So it's not, this is not a hidden secret base.
Yeah,
this is
we don't use this that much.
You guys are rarely
start using it more.
No.
Start fucking with it more. That's the thing. That's how it works.
Just like our PC house in fucking MMO, as like
it only got destroyed once, and that was the PC's fault. Oh, and by the way, a quick reminder on yet something else, because I don't feel I've given Pete enough plots to keep him truly happy yet, as he's happier with more shit to worry about. Keep in mind that all the current expire at the end of the season. Hence, if you're wanting to continue with your experimentation and shit before they expire, and then you're on to your next deck, it just is a reminder to get the party started.
Yeah, I was going to rip a bunch actually right now.
Okay.
If you're going to do that, don't do it where we're seated. Let's do it more data. If it causes an explosion or a fireball or one of the trump cards caused one of the tarot cards caused the PC building to collapse.
And caused these, as I tap the horns on my head.
Yes, and those horns that I forgot he's got.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sun rolls if you don't already have it back.
Yeah.
As I point out the fucking horn.
Hey, everybody, look at this thing that'll cause you sand loss. God damn it, says everybody.
Yeah, he's horny. So what? That's nothing new.
So do you have them covered up when you wander through town, Alex?
No.
You should.
I haven't.
Because if I would expect you to get attacked as a monster if you don't.
Yeah, here you probably would, because they don't really hold to monsters and shit. The problem is Logan keeps forgetting them. Otherwise, he'd probably be lynched.
As well as the staff, as well as freaking out the staff. Maybe you should get a hat or something.
Maybe
wear a hat.
A hood or something. Paladins wear the hood over the old.
Not a hood.
Hold on, I thought they were just small. You're saying they're this big. How big are they? Yeah. Oh, that's what I thought.
That's pretty good size, dude. That'll definitely leave a couple bumps in your hood. I'd recommend a festive hat myself.
Yeah, I don't do hats. Alex doesn't do hats.
What about
you don't do hats? You grew up in an era where all men wore hats.
Well, I know. I only do helmets, and they have to be carved from a creature's head that I slay.
You're going down that path.
All right. That won't raise any eyebrows.
Circling back before we get distracted even more, are we going to upgrade the White Dove, and to what level?
I'm good with it. I'll let you guys decide what level.
Well, keep in mind you are building on a house of sand or sand right now, just because you're building on sand, so to speak, simply because you don't own the property.
Yeah.
If you upgrade, and because the owner may go, "Well, what a lovely stone building."
I would just go up till we get the crafting bonuses, and then that's good enough.
Yeah, so level 4.
Not level 5, the Freddy proof, because you know he's going to burn this motherfucker down, because some people just want to watch the world burn. It's only 10 grand more for level 5. Hey,
yeah,
do you want me to look up and see how much
level 5 brings? Sorry.
Do you want me to look up and see how much it costs just to buy the building outright?
Yeah. Find out how much it costs to buy the building. So we can go and say, hey, we'd like to just to make things easy, we'll buy the building off you. Actually, I've been half expecting him to send a messenger saying, hey, you guys were so good and discreet previously. There's something else I'd like you to do for me.
He might have wanted to, but you guys are rarely there.
Our neighbor's house.
I did feel a little sorry for that dude. Just sitting around. Yeah, visit my house. Lovely. Motherfuckers. Let's see. Places to keep your shit. Yes, I actually have. Let's see. Inside the wall. Good location town. Prime location town. Wow, that's a fucking multiplier. Let's see here. So, right. Calculator.
Do we not get a discount because we're...
Oh, I'm going to give you half off because it's not in great condition, but it is still prime real estate.
And we have to go out.
Well, yeah, that's why you're getting the half off.
I know.
Otherwise, it'd be a lot more. So divide by 2. You go check it out and stuff. You guys are going to end up spending the night here if you don't mind to send messages, get messages, stuff like that. It would be a mere 175,000. 175,000.
Okay.
Cheap. And again, that's with the half off thing. And that's basically getting charged for a grand house in prime real estate location. The guards and stuff here are outstanding.
Well, they're getting paid a good wage. They're getting.
Oh no! I mean the city guards and stuff.
Oh, city guards. Yeah. Sorry, I was just going to say our guards are getting paid 30 silver a piece, which is something above standard.
Oh yeah. No, this place is, like I said, aside from the mysteriously appearing PCs, this and kind of monsters and shit, because they're not really set up for that very well. This place is ticking along. Do you have enough money to actually buy this place outright, or not yet?
All right, so it'd be 2,500 gold.
Yeah.
We've got 77 grand in the. We got close to 78 grand in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
So no.
Halfway there.
Halfway there, exactly.
Living on a prayer.
However, Doc.
Yeah.
What did you? I don't know. You might still have it stashed away somewhere, like I do.
Oh, I will also find out another question that you'll have. How much are taxes, Logan?
Yeah. Are we gonna have to worry about that sort of crap?
Of course you will. You can put it. You can fold it into the operating costs.
Yeah. Well, that's what I do basically. Fold it in.
Pete, you own a home. What percentage of your home's value is your taxes per year?
I don't know.
Roughly.
Yeah, it's done differently. We have rates, and the rates are based on the. We don't have taxes on a house. It's actually rates, and it's based. It depends on the area you're in, if it's newer or older, and if it's got because they cover things like infrastructure and stuff like that.
I'll just make it easy. It'll be 4,000 a year silver.
I'll just make a note.
Per year.
When we cleared out the Wild West women from Burlington.
Now he's using his noggin there.
We both got 2,060 gold each.
Yeah.
Huh?
I've still got 2,000 of that gold sitting in Beastkin that I've been hanging on to in case for emergency.
By the way, something I reminded Chris on, if you carry over 100 coins, total, silver, gold, whatever.
Yeah, I know they're heavy and
they're heavy as
yeah,
fuck.
yeah. That's why they're sitting there in the safe in Beastkin for if case of emergency.
Cool.
Yeah, that's actually where I got all the gold that I got.
Okay,
That's just where the 500 came from, and that's where.
Yeah. All right, so you've been tapping onto that one. Yep, that's right. I wasn't sure if you'd been tapping on that, or if you'd actually even if you'd forgotten about it, and you thought, oh yeah, I need to add that to my money.
Yeah, if on the Roll20 Australian Embassy thing, you can also put like only accessible by so and so and stuff. Although it's been a while since you've been there, and so you're not sure what's going on there.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things I need to sort out about
so
the twins.
many things.
I've got it. No, I've got them. I had them noted. I've got it noted down in my currency section on my character sheet.
Okay. That's a good way to do it. Keep the RPCs from going. I think we're going to have to kill the elf kids to get the money because they won't let us have it.
Yep.
I'll fight the guard. Fuck it.
Because if people don't know about it, I mean, the only person that was there when I got the money was Doc, and so and so yes, which is why I have not been bandying it about.
Cool.
Yeah, I learned a long time ago on things like that no one needs to fucking know.
Yeah, there's certain things that, yes.
But why?
When I got the hammer, I was almost tempted to kill the other 3 PCs and no one would know about it. Only joking.
Like going back in time, buying a fucking mansion, and then setting up a Highlander there because he would live there until modern times and would invest in all the properties that I told him to because I knew that they'd be worth money. So the PCs would never have to worry about money again. I come back and they're sacrificing hobos in the living room.
So good. Such a good time. Christmas fucking living.
I bet.
Who made
that goes right along with how we were going to go and take an airplane to like Egypt. And like I heard them all gearing up before we left. And like I was in my room and Logan's like, are you going to play? I'm like, nah, I'll be back. I'll be out in an hour. Logan distracted them. Like they all got geared up. I came out like, are we ready to do this? They're like, yeah, we're finally ready. I'm like, excellent. Dump it on the fucking garbage. We're getting on a goddamn commercial airplane. Let's go, stupids. And away we went.
I seem to remember that actually. I'm pretty sure I remember that. Or it's another time when it was like that. PC's taking an hour to get ready, and then it's like you're going to an airport to fly on a fucking commercial plane, and you're going tooled up. Ah, shit.
My favorite one with that kind of miscommunication fuck up though was still a guy named Dave. Dave, not brightest tool in the shed, and they had a van full of PC goodness, weapons, laptops, all kinds of great shit in this fucking van, right? Great van. And Chris goes, go put the van in the bay. And he's like, all right. He drives it into the fucking water in the ocean. He comes back, he goes, because he thought he meant ditch the car. And Chris is talking about the mechanic bay. Chris was fucking he was close to backhanding the player at that point, which is why online games are really, really good.
Yeah. No, the worst though, hands down, was Kirk. Remember, like, because I killed his dad?
Oh, right. Oh, my God. That was a walk in the swamp there. Oh, yeah.
I remember he was like, you killed my father. I go, yes, I did kill your father. What of it? And I just stared at him for a while, and he was like, nothing. I was like, try me. And he would have, too. But he just decided to never come back. So, I mean...
No, that's because the PC's got his character locked up for, like, becoming a murder hobo, and they all testified him against him in a court. And
yeah, well, because he was acting stupid. He was acting a fool, and it happened over and over again.
That happened to that Eric guy, do you remember? We brought him around? And he's in D&D mode. He was like, I just killed everyone. And then Logan's like, you get arrested, you get locked up, you'll never see the light of day. Make a new character, and he's like, I'm done with this, and he just left.
Well, I didn't just instantly lock him up. I had the police chase him down and catch him first. Yeah. You know, after some CSI shit.
It's like, I'm not playing D&D now, mate. Sorry.
When there's no XP, there's no reason to murder everything.
Right, let's get the show on the road. So,
yes.
Right, Chris, do you want to Tacos? Want to make your spear?
Yeah, let me give it a go.
So, are you going to just do it here and let the servants clean up the carpeting and stuff later?
No, I thought we're going to get the tools. So I figure, like, are we going to upgrade the place?
The upgrading is going to take, like, upgrading level 4 is going to take literally, like, a month of construction crews and shit.
Yeah, we'll need to go to...
Plus, I wasn't sure if you were going to upgrade, because if you upgrade first and then try to buy it, the guy may not sell to you, because right now, for as low as it is.
Let's go to the embassy. There's stuff there we can do.
Because the way the world works is you want to do this thing, but first you have to do this.
We're going to go somewhere where I can do this in a workshop. There we go. So ta-da!
Damn. All right, you go to the...
I was just going to say the only thing about doing it in the Australian embassy is that it's becoming hardened against magic, which is something we could potentially look at changing by setting up a magic school.
Well, I
don't know if that'll impact the making of it from a magic perspective.
That's a really good point.
That's just something to keep in mind. And especially because we're dealing with Logan here and how Logan likes to be a dick.
He does, because I was just saying, we go to MMO land because that's magic and they've got all the forges and stuff there.
Yes.
But then we're going to get fucking inundated with, go help my baby dog save the carrots out of the bad man's mouth. Oh, shut up!
Do you wanna make me or do you use the supporter reroll so I can give it another go?
He's just doing it here on the carpet, like, fuck it. He's pulling out a knife. I don't care anymore. The bone's pretty long. It's as long as a leg.
Does anybody want a clogging greed?
No.
It's too early for that shit.
Yeah, exactly. Just in case somebody felt...
I played the reroll, supporter reroll on...
Yeah, I've got a
reroll.
Nice.
Give me a card. I call it the master piece.
Right. So this is to make a haft for the new spear. So right, of the different kinds of spells that you currently have, since you're getting a crit and bumping at a level here, Chris, of the spells that Doc Fulton currently knows, it's not going to be necessarily putting the spell in exactly, but he wants to, or you have the option of attempting to imbue it with some sort of quality of one of the spells that you actually know. And I recommend making it a spell you know well, because you are going to be rolling, and the effects may be a little off and stuff, but due to bumping that bitch up and all that.
Huh.
So which spell would you like? Now, if you don't imbue it, it's still going to be a lovely spear haft. It's just cool and stuff. You've got the cool factor going, but and plus it'll be fucking sturdy. You don't have to worry about it breaking nearly as much, and it will look nice. But on the other hand, if you can actually pull off a spell and shit, then it may get sexy.
What about counterspell?
Let me look it up and see. Which tree is that?
Negation.
Thank you. Negation.
That's like, everything for you, and your spell goes down. That's pretty sexy.
That is pretty good idea. Would you like to attempt to imbue it with counterspell? You will be needing to roll your counterspell ability with a lower is better.
Do you guys have any?
I will. Yes, try. I will play the assistant reroll on you.
We will make this work, says the group.
Bumble, of course.
Right.
I'll spend a pause.
No. Wait. I've got to reroll.
Okay. Hold on.
So give me a card and I'll drop the.
Card play.
Card play for the win.
Right. And just as an aside, I'm playing a check-in willpower.
Nice.
But I understand that Mr. Doc.
It made it, but it's not fabulous.
Not fabulous. All right. Write this down for the spear. The whoever gets hit with it when it's stabbed at them or thrown at them must make a willpower roll ×3, or if they have a spell currently going on them, not an instant spell or whatever, then at random, like if you got 4 different spells running on you, then you roll a d4 to see which one stops. But they get a willpower ×3 to resist that shit. Not bad.
That's nice.
On top of the whole stop stuff from regenning.
Yeah. Naturally, the spear has hit points and armor and shit that I'm not going to get into. But let's just say that if somebody says, fuck this spear in particular, they can probably hack it apart in a couple of hits. On the other hand, if they're doing things like, stop jabbing me with your spear, normal combat, it won't break unless they're like, I'm angry with the spear.
With Doc, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Stop jabbing me with your spear.
What is the damage of the spear?
It's a base of D8.
Isn't it, when we spear?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Mm-hmm. No, it's D8 base.
Is it, what is it? Do you get strength or is it
Dex?
Bonus?
Well, it depends on if you keep it in your hand, it's strength. If you throw it at people, it's Dex.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming because of the length. Oh, it wouldn't matter. It'd be a one-handed spear.
Yeah, it's basically a short jabbing spear,
Yep.
or you can throw it at somebody and say, "Fuck your couch," right?
Yeah, with 100 fucking feet range. Nice.
No, that's 100 meter range.
Meters.
Yes.
That's a football field. You could throw it a football field and get somebody with no penalty. No, I don't think it goes.
And then cry, "I am Sparta" at the top of your lungs.
Is it? I guess when you throw it, it's a throw roll, not the spear roll.
It'd be throw spear.
Oh shit! Separate spells.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I know.
You can build it up alongside me building up my Warhammer skill, Chris.
Yeah,
there you go.
Incompetent fighting. Pete is now the main fighter.
He's just like, yes, I win.
Very bad. Nicely done on the spear.
I was actually thinking about a missile skill for
This is Sparta.
magic. All right, so are we dealing with the undead, or are we just going to ignore them for a while?
Well, unless anyone has any clever ideas, straight off the bat, how we do it.
As I said, crop dust them with something really flammable, and then flick matches at them, or drop a flare on them or something.
The problem is now they're in that city. Like they've took up hidey hole area.
So, but the question is, so if they're staying in the city, then they're not coming after anyone, so we don't care about them anymore.
But aren't they just going to sit there and become stronger then? And what if someone like I said, like Loomsey does travel? What happens if he's been hanging out here, saw that, and he did exactly what I said in the boards and decided that was going to be his new place?
Yeah.
Well, we're on good terms with Loomsey, so we could always. Have we not managed to track him down?
No, we didn't. No, I have no idea where he is really at. But like I'm saying, what happens if it's someone like him is what I was trying to. I wasn't thinking
not
it was
necessarily him specifically, but someone like him.
I think we know him well enough probably to make. Do you guys want to try and make a trump with Loomsey?
No, you got to actually have someone in front of you to make it.
He has to be in the room.
At this stage, we're at a point at the moment that we need.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't know because No one's bothered to teach me.
Yeah. We're going to teach it. Hang on. I'm just going to go have K for a sec. Need to go to the loo.
Gotcha. I'll go get a drink. Oh.
Actually, that's a good idea. But since we spent another day...
Yep. Roll some spells!
Damn it.
Yeah, typically last time, Chris, bloody Alex is like, I'll try and teach you both. So he's like, Yana, I make all my rolls. Here, you can now do trumps. Alex, fumble! I'll never teach you trumps again. I was like, fuck you, Freddy. Fuck you.
Oh, so close.
Oh, shit. I suppose we don't go anywhere near them. It's alright, I was just thinking.
Yeah. Hopefully the food guy is right outside right now, so that'd be perfect.
It's at 10 past 4.
Ah.
But, yes. I'm normally quite quick.
Mm-hmm.
Rah! Everyone die.
And Pete, coming up soon is when Alex Kinley discovers that all the good rolls were used making the spear, and there's nothing left for his learning Trump. That's the fucking great thing.
Since we're in MMO land,
you're not in MMO land. You're currently in the White Dove.
Okay, we're in the White Dove.
You can pretend you're in MMO land.
No. Well, actually...
Oh, by the way, there was a question about the spirit pentagrams that everybody went through a great deal of time, resources, and money for. Those are fucking gone. As soon as you walk pattern, it just burn that shit off.
I was curious about that.
Yeah. If you ever want to get rid of Alex Kinley's horns, add walk pattern. It'll burn that shit off. Until he starts learning shapeshifting, and then y'all are fucked.
You gotta give me that just so I can fuck with the other PCs like.
No, you're not.
Like that.
No, you're not. You'll come in with a fucking giant-sized cock at one point and go, hello, welcome to a third leg of me.
On my head.
On your head. We are not from your planet. We are not from your planet.
What? Have I got something on my face?
Then you just got to go, what was it? Zog or whatever you...
Zog.
Oh, God. Zog.
Oh, I remember Zog.
Fucking worst show ever.
It was pretty funny. It was so bad it was funny. But yeah, that's one of the great things, Pete, is Alex Kinley always thinks about what kind of sanity loss his actions will have on the air players and tries to amp it up slightly.
Yeah, gotta keep him on the times.
Like the time he used to be able to become a ghost at will. Ain't that a bitch?
So, I'm gonna go through my tarot cards right quick before we get going. We're outside, or we won't fuck with anybody else.
Well, What, in the city?
I'll go outside the city.
Okay, so you guys essentially rent a carriage and get picnic baskets prepared and stuff. You go out into the countryside, and the carriage driver's parked there.
We've got a buggy and horses at the White Dove. What do we need?
Oh wow, there you go. No problem. Do you have any do you have any drivers and drovers? You didn't hire any of those, did you?
No. Both Alex and I can drive a buggy.
Who would like to drive the buggy out there?
The whole reason we've got a stable hand. The whole reason we've got a stable hand employed is to look after the horses and the buggy.
The horses are in great shape, and they are getting
like first thing in the morning too.
Of course.
Well, it's either that or we take the flying car out there, which we also have here at the White Dove.